Hello gays. My name is Dorit Kemsley. Yes, like Dorit Kemsley from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, just not a woman, and a little darker, and today I will be giving you some tips and tricks on getting started with Dawntrail Early Access. I would use my real voice, but it's shot because of reasons I cannot disclose on this video, otherwise it will get shot down. Anyway, some things you can do before maintenance, and some you have to do after. With that being said, let's dive into the video. If you have been following the media surrounding Dawntrail, then you should know that there will be 2 new jobs coming out with the release of the expansion. Viper, a melee DPS, and Pictomancer, a caster. New jobs start 10 levels below the cap of the previous expansion, so these jobs will start at level 80. If you plan on starting the MSQ with one of these jobs, then you want to follow these tips. So the first thing you want to do is head to Yulmore, which is a location in Shadowbringers, and you want to speak to this NPC here named Imarcussi and get the augmented Cryptlurker gear for the job of your choice. To get every piece of gear for one set, you will need around 3,500 tomestones of poetics. And that is for both the left and right side. These pieces will have an item level of 530. Or, if you hoard gear like myself and have Eden's Promise gear, then you can use your Edenmorn gear in place of your Cryptlurker gear. If you have leadership duties within your FC, you want to make sure you get your grade 3 FC buffs ready. These buffs are unique for a number of reasons. First, you cannot buy these with company credits. You have to craft them in your company workshop, or buy them off of the market board. Secondly, you have to prime the buffs, and that takes 70 real-life hours. That's a little less than 3 days for you imbeciles, so the earlier you get started on that, the better. The buff that most FCs will focus on will be the Heat of Battle 3, which gives you 15% extra EXP from battles for 24 hours. If you do not have an estate, then you can use the Heat of Battle 2, which gives 10% for the same amount of hours. If you aren't in an FC, then that means that people probably do not like you, or you're a loner. Either way, make sure you have rested EXP, as well as food buffs and squadron manuals that you can get from squadron missions. If you did pre-order Dawntrail, then you should have gotten Azima's earring, which increases EXP gained by 30% while under level 90. This is great if you plan on starting the MSQ with one of the new jobs. The effects do stack with other EXP gain effects.
You can back up a little bit. Oh, wow.
Wanderer's Tales is a good way to gain EXP. By completing a book and returning it to Chloe, you can gain about half a level. You also can get 500 tomestones of poetics, which is good if you are piss poor. Anyway, you can hold on to one book for 2 weeks. So you get one book the week before early access and complete it. Then turn it in and receive a new book once maintenance ends. Then, you complete that book and turn it in and you have a full level. Okay babes, a good trick I learned when preparing for Endwalker Early Access is that you can actually go to the first zone of the expansion and do all of the side quests there, but do not complete them. Get them to the point of completion. That way you gain all of that juicy EXP so you don't sit in the trenches with the people with no FC and no FC buffs. As you can see here in this clip with my beefy, big booty Highlander, I am completing all of the side quests in Thavnir. So once I get through hell known as the login queue, I will be turning in all of these quests for all of that delicious experience. This literally took me no more than 30 minutes to do, so it definitely should not take some of you that long. After you are done, your quest log should be nothing but green checks, as well as your map. I know some of you have quests that you hid and forgot about because you would rather ERP in Limsa Lominsa, so go ahead and make room in your log for this. You should get more than 3 million experience points. If you are lonely, and wish for a Dami Mommy Hrothgal to play as for whatever reason you choose, then make sure that you create your gal in the FFXIV benchmark and save your character prior to early access. Also, to make things faster and more simplistic for those who cannot seem to follow instructions, make sure that you use a Fantasia before logging out for 2 days to feed your crippling addiction to League of Legends.
Loser!
That way, you can immediately log in and swap to the Subby Wubby's mommy and sit in queue for 3 hours like last expansion release. If you have been living under a rock, like I assume most people that are pathologically online are, then you should be delighted to know that Yoshi P has graced you all with the option to redo edits on your character for 1 hour after you log in from changing your race. Make sure you all clean out your inventories, yours and your retainers. There should be no reason yours and your retainer's inventory has gear all the way back from Heaven's Ward. Your main inventory should have nothing but the essentials to hold you over until early access if you are still doing Savage Bars runs or Ultimate Reclears. Lastly, get rid of those funky old-ass tombstones that you still have from Asphodelos and Abyssos. There will be some tombstone changes as well. Yoshi P has said that they are getting rid of tombstones of causality and comedy, as well as astronomy, which if you have those still, you need to reevaluate your priorities, because what are you doing? Instead, we will be getting Alagon tombstones of aesthetics, and Alagon tombstones of heliometry. Based off of 7.05 release time frame for the latter, those will be for the tome gear for Savage Biss. You will be able to exchange those old-ass astronomy tomes for causality tombstones, and after 7.0 releases, you can trade those in for poetics. Well, it looks like that's all I have for you today. If you plan on using Pictomancer or Viper to go through the MSQ, then by following these steps, you will ensure that you are on the fast track to level 90. If this didn't help you, I don't know what to tell you because it has helped me. With that all in mind, thank you for listening, thank me for speaking. And good luck with prep and enjoy Dawntrail.